Did you know that over a century ago, groundbreaking infographics challenged racist stereotypes about black people? This is the story of how black history has been visualized, a story of data, images, and the fight for representation. We begin in Paris, 1900. The Exposition Universelle, a world's fair showcasing industrial and cultural achievements, was in full swing. Amidst the grandeur, a quiet revolution was taking place. W.E.B.DuBois, a brilliant scholar and activist, led a team that created over 60 hand-drawn charts, graphs, and maps detailing the lives of black Americans. Born in 1868, DuBois dedicated his life to fighting for racial equality. These weren't just aesthetically pleasing designs, they were weapons against racist assumptions. They used empirical data to paint a picture of black life that was both accurate and compelling. The exhibit won a gold medal, a testament to its power and impact. These charts, created under intense time pressure, are now recognized as masterpieces of data visualization. DuBois and his team, working in less than 5 months, manually drafted, painted, and lettered each piece. This was decades before the advent of digital design, yet the sophistication of their work is undeniable. DuBois employed color strategically, using red, blue, gold, and black to create contrast and emphasize key comparisons. He wanted viewers to see black economic progress, education, and demographic patterns without the distorting lens of racist caricature. Beyond the Paris Exposition, DuBois' work extended to the Atlanta University Studies, a series of systematic empirical investigations into black life that began in the 1890s. These studies delved into education, labor, property ownership, crime, and family structure, using surveys, tables, maps, charts, and diagrams. This research helped establish sociology as a data-driven discipline, all while centering black experiences. Some of the most iconic plates from the Paris exhibit include the Georgia Negro, the proportion of freemen and slaves among American Negroes, and assessed valuation of property owned by Georgia Negroes. These visuals employed line graphs, bar charts, layered color fields, maps, and circular diagrams, effectively communicating complex information to a broad audience. DuBois wasn't working in isolation. His visual work was deeply connected to the black professional class, HBCU intellectual networks, early sociology, Pan-African thought, and the resistance to scientific racism. This makes these visualizations part of a larger intellectual movement, far more than isolated artworks. The struggle for black representation extends beyond data. Photography has played a crucial role in documenting and challenging oppression, particularly in Africa. During the Apartheid era in South Africa, photographers like Peter Magubane and Sam Nzima risked their lives to capture the brutality of the regime. Nzima's image of Hector Peterson, a young boy killed during the Soweto uprising in 1976, became a symbol of the struggle against apartheid. Peterson, born in 1963, died on that tragic day, June 16, 1976, becoming a martyr for the anti-apartheid movement. The documentation of injustice became a powerful weapon. Beyond South Africa, anti-colonial visual archives, often created by figures like Muhammad Magra, emerged across liberation movements in Algeria, Angola, Mozambique, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and elsewhere. These archives use posters, newspapers, and photographs to mobilize resistance. Posters, woodcuts, newspaper photos, murals, and banners served as tools of political education. Examples include ANC posters during South African anti-apartheid campaigns, Frelimo visuals in Mozambique, MPLA and UNITA poster cultures in Angola, PEG propaganda in Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde, and ZANU and ZOPU visual campaigns in Zimbabwe. These materials were not merely decorative, they were tools of recruitment, memory, and mass persuasion. It's important to remember how some of the most important historical evidence comes from materials many institutions once treated as disposable: posters, pamphlets, newspapers, funeral programs, studio portraits, protest signs, handbills, and church bulletins. These sources are crucial because colonial archives often ignored Black life unless it was tied to taxation, labor, crime, or control. In the 20th century, African studio photography created a visual modernity. Photographers across the continent documented urbanization, dress and style, class aspiration, independence-era identity, and post-colonial self-fashioning. Seydou Keita in Mali, Malik Sidibe, also from Mali, James Bana in Ghana, and Sonla Sori in Burkina Faso, are among the prominent figures in this movement. Their images, initially viewed as documentary, are now celebrated as central to African art history. Du Bois' work revolutionized data visualization, showing that it could tell the truth against racism, synthesize large datasets into persuasive images, communicate complex social realities to broad audiences, and make Black life visible as modern, measurable, and worthy of analysis. He proved that data is not neutral, but rhetorical and political. Across the Black world, images have been used to answer fundamental questions. Are Black people modern? Are Black people citizens? Are Black people historical agents? Are Black lives grievable, documentable, and worthy of preservation? Photography, cartography, charts, and posters have all been used to contest erasure. Du Bois' 1900 charts are now frequently cited in data journalism, information design, museum studies, digital humanities, and social science communication. They are often discussed alongside later design traditions because they merge aesthetic beauty, statistical accuracy, and political purpose. Across Africa, visual media helped transform anti-colonial struggle into mass politics. Posters recruited supporters, newspaper images exposed colonial violence, murals and banners created public memory, and photographs built international solidarity. The visual record is an integral part of how liberation movements organized legitimacy. Today, digital archives are rescuing lost Black visual history. Museums, universities, and archives across Africa and the diaspora are digitizing photographs, anti-colonial posters, newspapers, studio portraits, political cartoons, and visual ephemera. The preservation of these visuals is critical, especially in countries where paper archives were damaged by war, climate, underfunding, colonial removal, or neglect. Contemporary African designers often echo earlier traditions by using visuals to address public health, elections, migration, inequality, memory, and climate change. The Du Bois legacy appears in contemporary African infographics that turn social data into advocacy. Post-colonial states continue to rely on visual persuasion in election campaigns, civic education, public health messaging, commemorations of liberation, and museum and heritage projects. This is especially visible in contexts where literacy levels, language diversity, and access to print media make imagery essential. Today, African diasporic visual culture circulates globally through museum exhibitions, Instagram archives, online collections, documentary films, and web-based data stories. This has made Black history more globally accessible, but it also raises questions about who controls interpretation and ownership. The story of Black history visualized is a testament to the power of images and data to challenge oppression and shape our understanding of the world. It's a story that continues to evolve, with new voices and new technologies shaping the visual narrative of Black life.